Hey, obviously, this was a very somber weekend. In Buffalo, we had a mass murderer, a white supremacist, someone indoctrinated into the Great Replacement theory, which I'll talk about in a second, drive 3.5 hours to what he saw, what he believed, and researched to be a very black neighborhood to walk into a store and shoot mostly black people. And why would this crazy lunatic do this? Obviously, there are things we will never know. Here's what we do know. Great replacement theory literally infects the Republican Party like a virus. It's COVID plus AIDS plus diphtheria plus tetanus, maybe a little bit of the bubonic plague thrown in there. It is a sickness. It's a sickness of the mind. And what you need to know is that while this used to be sort of something spoken about in back rooms and shared by backbenchers, who had no influence in Congress, this is now espoused by the leaders of the Republican Party. Donald Trump has spoken about it constantly. Elise Stefanik has put it out on her Twitter feed numerous times, and she's a congresswoman from New York State and the number 3 Republican. You have Tucker Carlson literally referring to non-whites as filth and talking about how dirty our country is getting because of that, and talks about great replacement theory constantly. What is it? It's simple. It's that people who are not white in this country, and to them that means you are not white and Christian, are trying to overturn the Western social order by recruiting illegal immigrants to come here. So, for example, when Elise Stefanik, I want to make sure to quote her exactly right, sends out a tweet literally today after these 10 people were murdered that Democrats desperately want wide open borders and mass amnesty for illegals, allowing them to vote. It is a f***ing lie. She's a f***ing liar. Okay? Again, it is tied directly into their claim that the election was stolen in 2020. All this stuff sort of dovetails nicely with each other. They're crazy theories. It's, again, the great replacement theory is as real as Trump won the election in 2020, which is as real as any part on Kimberly Guilfoyle's body. So Elise Stefanik sends this out to her people. When Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar, members of Congress, go speak at white nationalist supremacist conferences, this is what they're talking about, great replacement theory. It's non-whites making sure that we lose white culture, whatever the hell that is. And it's leading people to kill people. They have it on Fox every night. Tucker Carlson talks about it constantly. It is shared on their talk radio. It's in their scribblings of the various Daily This and Daily Planet, or whatever the names of their stupid publications are that are just propaganda rags. The worst part is, again, that people are getting this message. And the same people that, while Republicans have cut mental health services so that they are not getting them, are able to sit there and get these theories online, like the murderer in Buffalo said that he did. And of course, they have easy access to weaponry. Let's try that again. Weaponry. Because right now, a combination of Mitch McConnell and his Republican Party, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, 2 Democrats, will not get rid of the filibuster and will not allow us to take a simple vote, which if we did, there are easily over 50 senators who would pass numerous gun control regulations, such as universal background checks that prove to bring down these kinds of killings by about 70%. There's a reason every single other country has these kinds of laws, okay? You'll get these idiots on Twitter like, oh, what if somebody used a knife? The first genius to think that, well, why don't we regulate cars? We do, and we started regulating them heavily in the 70s with drunk driving checkpoints and speed limits, and bartenders no longer allowed to serve you when you were drunk off your ass. And any manner, we got tougher with driver's licenses. Guess what happened? The fatalities on the highway plummeted. We're just going up in the other direction with guns. And again, I'm not mainstream media, so I'm going to tell you the truth. It's Republicans. You can add in Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, who are traitors also for the fact that they refuse to get rid of a filibuster that allows all sorts of legislation that could otherwise pass and keep people alive and improve our lives not to pass, including perhaps getting rid of assault rifles, which are meant for the battlefield. They are not meant for regular people. They're certainly not meant for some racist great replacement theory kid to wander into Buffalo with. But, you know, if you want a sort of story of what the AR-15 has done, it was used in Buffalo. You know where else it was used? The massacre in Boulder. Remember the one at the nightclub in Orlando? AR-15. Remember the one in Parkland, the school in Florida where the kids were massacred? AR-15. Remember Las Vegas, the one from the Mandalay Bay Hotel? AR-15. Remember Aurora, Colorado, in the movie theater? AR-15. Sandy Hook, San Bernardino, and go on and on. It is a witch's brew of where we are allowing people to hear toxic information on Fox News and other places from evil right-wing personalities that simply seek to profit and those who have ambition, like Elise Stefanik, and do not care who they kill. Let's be clear. And you combine the rhetoric with the easy access to guns and the lack of mental health care, and you get the situation we're currently in. We can fix all this. We can get rid of the filibuster. We have to get rid of the filibuster. We've improved this in a number of states, but guns cross state lines, sadly. Those guns in New York could have come from anywhere. There's an iron pipeline from all sorts of states, sadly, like mine of Ohio, but Tennessee and others where there's virtually the gun laws are terrible. And it's about time that we had this conversation and the mainstream media told the truth that we've got one party that has radicalized people with a racist theory that is the same theory that the white supremacists chanted with their nice little tiki torches when they were in Charlottesville, Virginia. Jews will not replace us. You hear the word replace in there? This is the theory. It's the same one. It must be fought in rhetoric. It must be fought in legislation, and we must take them on and do everything possible to make sure this cannot happen anymore in America.